The Ancient Alligators, another pattern from beadkids.com. Our challenge was to take 500 beads, and from those 500 we made these 5 projects. A pterodactyl, look at that face, an alligator, a long neck, a snail, and a stegosaurus. So this pattern is for the alligator. Now on a graph paper or a bead board, these beads look a little, the pattern looks a little odd, but just trust me, it will turn into an alligator. We start with our straws. We cut a point on one end, and then we'll cut the straw lengthwise. Kind of just pull it and slice it through your blade. Cut a point, kind of push and then pull your straw through, splitting the straw lengthwise. The straw will act like a spring and just hold your beads on. This pattern, the straws will go side to side. I'm starting with part of the tail. I put one row, this row's 3 beads. I move the 3 beads to the end of the straw, and then I cut the straw with side cut pliers or scissors. Either one works. Then I move up a row, another 3 beads. And I'll go row by row, adding the beads to the straw and then cutting the straws with side cut pliers or scissors, and the straws will not even show, but they will hold your rows extremely straight. And you can string your project through the middle of the straw. You can use any shade of green or another color for your alligator. The one special thing about this alligator, the eyes will stick up above its head. So we'll show you that as we start stringing it together. There's our neck. So 2 or more beads need a straw. Single beads, I do not put straws in the single beads. There's our alligator body. Now for our lanyard, just simple lanyard, which are optional. Make a loop and pull the tails through. A little more difficult one is you tie a half a knot, then you take the loop and pass it through the lanyard to the inside. Then you pull it tight. And we'll review our knots really quick. Left over right, right over left, square knot, or right over left, left over right. Okay, this is a surgeon's knot where you loop the top loop twice. Now we're going to string this, and we're going to start at the nose of the alligator. So you take your first row. I've cut 2 long strings, about 10 feet long, maybe 8 feet. 2 of them, and tied them to my lanyard. And look, I went and I threaded it wrong. So easy to pull out. And I've left 2 of the strings at the top of the project, and I'm stringing the body of the alligator with 1 string. And then I will go back and add the legs. So now we're coming to the part we're going to make the hump. and the eyes are in the middle, you skip a row in front. There you go. And then you just pull the eyes up. Just keep threading your string left to right and right to left. Pull it tight. And then continue to the original, to the last row we are working on. And that'll cause the eyes to stick up above its head. And then we just continue stringing the alligator. The right needle goes in the right side, the left needle goes in the left side. Pull the rows tight. This pattern can be used with your 4x6 smaller pony beads or the 5x5 perler beads. In that case, you would use a half of a straw. So cut the straw lengthwise, cut it lengthwise again. It's a little more difficult, but they're really cute. And now it's starting to look like an alligator, at least the body. Working on the tail. And before you tie a knot, just tighten your project. And then I will take the right string, pass it through the row above to the left side. And then tie a square knot. As long as you have some more string, go ahead and lace it or string it right in the right, left in the left, up a couple rows. It's easier to hide a knot in 2 or more beads. Once again, passing my, I'm going to do it on the right side. So both strings are on the right side. Oh, now I'm passing them to the left side. Okay, then I'll do another square knot or surgeon's knot. Add a dab of glue. I try to get the knot right over a bead, not in the middle of 2 beads. Add a dab of glue, pull it tight, trim the tails about 1/4 inch, and then with your metal needle, just tuck the knot and the tail of the knot into a bead. And there's the body of our alligator. And we're going to start at the top of the board, restringing our whole alligator. Right needle goes in the right side. Left needle goes in the left side. And pull it tight as you go. I redid about 2 rows because I skipped a row. Easy to take out. Sometimes you have to take the needle off. I do use a clipboard to hold my project in place, or you can use some tape to your table. Now I'm going to add my 6 bead, 5 beads. And I go through the second bead, skip the third bead, and then go through the last 2 beads. I'll show you again on the other side. Add 5 beads. You turn it. Go back through 1, skip the third bead, and then go through the 2 beads. Make sure you don't tangle your strings like I just did. And then you continue stringing the alligator. Time for the rear legs, the 5 beads. Go through the, turn it, go through the 1. I got too many on there. Go through the 1, skip the third one, and go back through the 4th and 5th bead to make his little leg. 5 beads. Turn your string, go back through the 2nd bead, skip the 3rd, and go back through the 4th and 5th bead. And there's our other leg. Then you can keep stringing another row or 2 before you tie it off, because we've already reinforced the tail. And I skipped a row, so you pick it out and do it again. You tie your last knot. And maybe one more. Surgeon's knot, add a dab of glue, pull it tight, trim the tail, and with your metal needle, tuck it into a bead. And there you have our little alligator. Be creative, my friends.